morning, good evening, wherever on a day in the world. They come again this week for say hello, for bringing our greetings, for say good wishes to una all. Una thank you for joining with this afternoon. Wherever una day in the world, we want to make una know say una able for reach we on any of we social media outlets them. So we day on LinkedIn, we day on Instagram, we day on Facebook, we day on X, we day on YouTube. And any one of the one that we una choose, una can reach we day. Una can also reach we on the website www.richardkonteh, theunifier.com. And the unifier is the letter D and unifier. Una can also call we if una want. If una use LinkedIn for call we, una can reach we on the number +232 75052 135. Or if una day outside of the African diaspora, una can reach we on 1778 732 2180. Welcome again to this week's this week's edition of the Unifier Hour. Of course, we get with the Unifier himself, Dr. Richard Konteh, and I want to invite Dr. Konteh for come on and bring we greetings. Dr. Konteh.
Yeah, Fambuldem, on a good evening from Freetown, Sierra Leone. I'm glad for the again this evening today for share some thoughts about the country Sierra Leone and how we all can try for change things and move this country forward. On a good evening.
Thank you, Dr. Konteh. So it is about 9 p.m. Salon time. We know say around the world na different times. Usai midday na in the middle of the afternoon around 2 o'clock. And we know say na some other place there in the morning. But we thank una all for joining in. And I ask una say that very link where una use for join we una they view we right now, una they listen to we. Do ya una share them? Una share among all una party them, una friends them, the one they win a APCO, the one they win to APCO. Make them can listen to how Dr. Konteh they plan for bring positive change with results to we country, for see progress, for see we life then get some relief from hardship and from struggle. Because all right, for lay all 10 or more na so hardship then a salon. And as usual, I can try not for waste beaucoup time. I want to jump into some things that I see they go on, especially in our social media. It's very unfortunate. Say within we party, we not the strongest opposition. We get people there, we no want for see we party in better one. And because they don't want to see the party in better one, then they pass and propagate all kind bad talk. But person like Dr. Konteh, where we know say now the strongest person, we're able for lead this party for next elections, for make APC almost guarantee, go always guarantee for win and come back into governance. We don't day in opposition from 2018. And it's about time for let we serious, for let we wake up and let we look the people there inside the party. We get the strength, we get the capability, we get the ability, we get the know-how, we get the voice and the force and the mind for lead APC the way APC need for be led, for let we go get back into governance. And that person there, Dr. Richard Konteh. Yet, we get people there inside the party where they try for destroy this man in reputation. One such person, now somebody where they call himself Jonathan Toure, where they post inside one group where they call, I don't forget the group in himself. Anyway, and another one, himself, they call himself Wise Man. They all two make audio clip, then talk say how Dr. Konteh go pray na Bombay Mosque, na Sharia Mosque. And we know say they on na Bombay Street, so they can call them Bombay Mosque. They also make audio. The one in talk say how, where Dr. Konteh go pray, the imam then give a mic, he take the mic, he talk everything. The imam they all they show respect. The stakeholder then show respect. But where it cannot do, the woman them been done bend for them. Now they then begin a param. You see, he even go as far as for talk say, he better pussy we no get height. But he get height. Now so he shame so hey, if hey, una we sabiam, if na una papa, una mama, or una waiting, una call am more because people they still like we last party leader. The other one he make audio say they so ready for fete Dr. Konteh after he can pray na the mosques that then get for go hide and up some side. Well, I want for make una self yeri from Dr. Konteh in self waiting in experience been be when he go pray na Bombay Mosque. Dr. Konteh.
Yeah, thank you very much, Valda, for bring up this issue. It's really, really pathetic that people like you choose for continue the misinformation and disinformation of the people them about things where they happen in this country. Clearly, it is just to underscore the fact that people are desperate. And then feel say now Richard Konteh for attack by all means. I get a very excellent experience na Bombay Mosque yesterday. In fact, I've been so glad with the way they receive me, the entire leadership. In fact, even the SAPO, with the umbrella body for the Muslims in Sierra Leone, the chairman of the SAPO, now even lead the prayers. And they make a snap just behind them, beside the deputy imam they can snap. And they allow me for stand. And at the end of the program, the woman, they're so excited that they say, me for go talk to them, me for go shake their hand. So when they see me at the commode, they feel say, I don't balance them. Then the candle on the step, I go at snap, put in the candle, and they shake their hands. I don't know if Albert will get the clip, make it just play the clip for show people them waiting transpire. And then after that, I'll work with the people them come at the main Kisi Road and we work at Shaka Stevens Street. I don't think say somebody would have been get for Hyde, would have been get for Boo and Halapa, who walk so majestically out of the place and onto Shaka Stevens Street. But many viewers can see for themselves what it transpired about yesterday.
So many people there in Adoye from the horse's mouth, waiting happen. Now, we not only they talk, where we talk, where they show on our back. So when I take a look at this clip, where they show now the evidence of waiting happen. Let una know then like Monday, where they go and post boku lie. From today, I want make una know. So then two people in there, anything where they post na lie.
Game changer. Now go next show. Game changer. Campion Bombay Box Stadium. Game changer. This guy for Sheikh Ahmed. Next show. Flag bearer from 2026. Everybody wondering. Now when we can't step on my team, we get plan to go back to this time round. After the Samoa Kamara, we can step on.
Okay, me fumble them. Una don't see for una self. Una see where the people then they smile, human then they smile, they all they glad for shaking hand. That one they in the talk say, na me papa this so, na me papa this so. Then they ring bell, they all Dr. Richard Konteh, they can bring change. So do you have from today? Anytime we una see post from them to them they want mention wise man and team something. Do ya? Una no say na lie man them. Then therefore destroy the party because the one remote man when I in get the wherewithal for carry party go back into governance. Now in the one for destroy so. Now God now get for tanker them. Anyway, we then move on because we get more important things than for discuss. But one taking fine for the way address them but could lie the way they come out. I want to move on to some discussions about we country and the way it is right now. We know say we dey under the governance of the political party we na SLPP, but it obvious say this party are divided somehow. We get the one they win a pauper. Waiting then say nine for B, they not care waiting people think, they not care about democracy, they not care about the rule of law, they not care about nothing. Waiting then talking about 90B. Then get the SLPP, where like any other political party. Some of them very powerful leader then, we all very significant offices in the country, being at some point belong to what they call a Renaissance movement. They mean they call for change. They mean they call for all kinds of things. They unbog the Ernest Bai Koroma government. And in that time they express themselves freely, then say whatever them be filtered they want for say. Nobody no older, nobody no point gun pan there, nobody no call police pan there, nobody no take away their democratic rights. Everybody observe say, now they right for do it in, then they do so. We want for play a clip, particularly concerning this man within they call Ben Kaifala, because right now, na the anti-corruption commissioner and na been one of the very top member there and have been one of the leader there and the co-founder of this Renaissance movement. One for make una listen to something where he say, and then let we take him from there. Una first listen.
My name is Francis Ben Kaifala and I am Renaissance. The Sierra Leone Renaissance movement has called on fellow Sierra Leoneans to wear black on Monday. We call it Black Monday. It's a Monday where we are supposed to show our dissatisfaction at the way the country has been run. Since independence to date, the Sierra Leonean has had a life that is less than what we would desire. We wake up in the morning worrying about the basic things that the rest of the world has forgotten. We worry about electricity, we worry about water supply, we worry about food, we even worry about security. Successive governments have failed us. This is a time for the Sierra Leonean to refuse to accept less and request more. We have to show our leaders that poverty is not a way of life. It is something which is man-made, and men all over the world have fought to change it. In Sierra Leone, it seems things cannot get better. Why? Why do people vote governments? Governments are voted to make the lives of their people better. If they cannot make their lives better, then that is a failure of social contract. And when there is a failure of social contract, the counterparties, in this case, who are the people, need to demand from their governments that what is done is not what was agreed. We have to stand up for what we believe in. We cannot reject, we cannot accept this way of life. We have to reject it. In recent times, the economy has been destroyed. Inflation is galloping. The dollar has moved from 4,300 yuans in 2013 to 7,300 yuans in 2016. Inflation is something around 12.5%. Few days ago, even fuel, which underscores the basic movement of people to engage in economic activity, has moved from 3,750 yuans to 6,000 yuans. Why? How do they expect people to live? That is why we in the Renaissance movement are calling on Sierra Leoneans to wear black. The black is to show that the colors that have led us have failed us. Now in Sierra Leone, black is the new red.
So many people them on Ayeri waiting Ben Kaifala say this was in 2016 where he did condemn the APC government. Dr. Konteh, I want for make you give me just your impression of this particular clip where we play so some of the things that we mentioned, like the economy, that poverty is not a way of life, that if the people then elect a government and the government fail, then get a right for reject the government. And he named some prices and things we've been there then in the economy as compared to today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Valda. The reason why we as APC, we as unifiers, they always strive for bring out some of these clips and for remind Sierra Leoneans about what been there under APC. And we not want make them think here about APC, make it come from we. We want make the area from the SLPP Agbabade, from the UMOT, where they talk about the status quo we've been there under the All People's Congress administration. One thing where we listen from this clip, now the analysis of the state of the economy in 2016. Mm-hmm. They say in 2016, the economy be bad. Things were tough. But they say APC make the exchange rate go from 4,500 to 7,300. Just a difference of less than 3,000. Now, in this dispensation, according to JJ Safa, by 2018, the exchange rate now be 7,500 to the dollar. Today, under SLPP government administration, the exchange rate don't go to 24,000 plus. More than 3 times, almost 3.5 times what they inherit. APC, the change was just 3,000 leones. Mm-hmm. For them, the change now 17,000 leones. But that is fine. APC was bad, SLPP is good. These are the people there. And from the UMOT, they don't tell you what will be the inflation rate in 2016. And mind you, me people there, this was the time just after Ebola, where the whole world, they even wonder how Sierra Leone they survive. These are the time where everything be ground to a halt in this country. Yes. But the government still manage to keep the economy going. pay salaries, take care of workers, attend to we basic obligations as a country, settle some of the debts that we do all of.
Uh-oh. It looked like say we they get some difficulty with transmission from we motherland. But me people them, I'm sure they will take care of that day very soon. I want for just recap a little bit of what we they talk about right now. Um, we just play a clip
Digits.
with Ben Kaifala being they talk about the state of the economy in 2018 under Anes Baikorma. He mentioned a few indices of how people then been they live. He say the inflation rate was 12.5%. He said the cost of a gallon of fuel was 6,000. He said the exchange rate was 7,300 leons to the dollar. Dr. Konteh being the highlight for we say that their number then they didn't figure then they were igi now being at a time right after Ebola, where the whole world being they under austerity measures. Things been tranga all across the world, even na the country there where we consider economic powers na the world. So Dr. Conte don't come back, so I go give him back the stage. Go ahead, sir. Sorry, sir, you didn't mute.
They say we do terribly poorly when we allow a change of less than $3,000 in 10 years, in almost 10 years, from 2007 to 2016, almost 10 years. The change was just 3,000, less than 3,000. But then in 7 years, less than 7 years, they don't make the exchange rate don't go from 7,500 to 24,000 plus. 17,000 leons. Nearly 6 times within APC they do in 10 years. But that is not bad. That is good, according to them. And then they say inflation rate. We perform so badly that the inflation rate was only 12.5%. Today, the inflation rate is over 50%.
Yes.
But that is not bad because now pauper, now SLPP. But it was bad under APC. But what's more important now that this was the time when we just come out of Ebola. Because before Ebola set in 2014, we be done succeed for bring down the inflation rate to 4.64% before Ebola. In 2014, the inflation rate was 6.64%. Now, Ebola, 4.64% was the inflation in 2014. Now, Ebola make it go up to 12%, 12.5%. They say we don't do terribly poorly. And when you compare with situation to the other countries that will get Ebola, theirs was even worse. But we even bring it down further by 2018 to single digit. This they show the excellent way compared to SLPP in which APC they manage the economy. As if that's not bad enough, SLPP, according to Ben Kaifala, APC changed the fuel in price from 3,750 to the gallon to 6,000. A change of just over 2,000. Just over 2,000. But when they inherit fuel at 6,000, now we they buy the fuel at 27,500. 21,400.
Wow.
A difference of 21,400 in 7 years. We get a change of barely 2,000, little over 2,000 in 10 years plus. They just in under 7 years, it don't change by 21,400. In fact, if you look at Musa Ibinde a few months ago, it was even 30,000, which makes it even worse. That was the situation where they been get. I wonder what thing that they expect now, we as APC for say, the current state of the economy. Interestingly, the same Ben Kaifala, he go ahead for complaining about electricity,
Yes.
about water supply, about food, about security. The very things where they worsen under SLPP. Waiting, however, interesting, a way I want for emphasize now that all the during this time, Ben Kaifala called for protest. Make all man wear black. He make video and send them out. If not be under this government, the next day, the day Lapadeba, they go lock her up. They go say it the incite. They go say it they do anti-government. No wonder when they prepare the counter-terrorism bill, they put aside the provisions where they make a terrorist act for demonstrate. This they show a difference between the APC government and the SLPP government. And they find make with people there, Sierra Leoneans there, see these differences and begin prepare their minds for see which type of government they will prepare for this country. The government where they allow within 7 years the economy for deteriorates in that by that extent where everything they virtually grant to a halt. This no for make and watch take part by this program, Pastor go start generator. Because I am not able to use the EDSA light. Because even when the lights come, you're not able to use that because it's so dull, it's so fluctuate, you just can't spoil equipment and burn people their houses. Water supply now a non-issue. Nobody know they receive 24 hours water supply na Sierra Leone. Things don't become so terrible. Food don't become diamond. People are starving. People prices just the skyrocket. Security, they're in a very deplorable situation. Under APC, you go walk around the streets of Freetown, you know they see one policeman hold gun. The president at the time, they drive himself around the town in one. Me one time self, I see how they drive now normally. The day where they go do some demolition for make them make the road now normally. He drive himself in one. He said he can't do monitoring. Now one small baby, let me sit down here. That is how confident. Me they can't do Spur Road, in they go up Spur Road. The youth there surround the motorcar, they claim, would I claim on top sit down, would I go sit down on top bonnet, would I hang by the domot? They say, we papa. And they challenge other heads of state, may they do the same. May they jump beside motorcar, drive themselves, go na PZ. May they jump beside motorcar, drive themselves, go na Lumley. I sure say the youths then go surround the vehicle that they go and clap, we papa. It could be a very good thing for see. At least we are President Dua, President Kuroma, would they challenge other presidents for do the same. Make we able to compare how things to be. But for that, a president will do that. President will come to office on Saturday. He wears short trousers. He work. He go down as Swazi. He goes to do and keep company with the Swazi boys. Now the president they drive in Matoka. He go na car wash na the hill for go na FBC. He park.
He said, "Make the was him atoka." He keep comping with the body of the waska. Now the person will drive up line. He reach number 91 at the attire base. He break. He park him atoka. He go to the attire base. He sit down. He drink attire with the youth man over there and play draft with them. He reassuring. He comforting. It make everybody else comfortable. Say there is no tension. There is peace. No wonder they berate Sierra Leone, the most peaceful country in West Africa. And the peace will be the enjoy. He also translated in the freedoms will be the enjoy. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. And there's no better way for exemplify that than for just listen to what Ben Kaifala say. And nobody no arrest her. Nobody no harass her. Nobody no go after her. The entire clique, they wear black, they pass yeah. Yeah. If anybody make such a pronouncement, that day they need to use. That day they will go and arrest anybody in a street where to by mistake them in where that color of clothes will be mentioned. That is how far somebody generates. And they're not afraid God. At that time, when prices be there under control, inflation was under control, light be there at the country, water supply be much better than what it be so today, security was at its best. They say people were poor. A bag of rice was under 200 leons. The minimum wage was 500. Every Sierra Leonean where they work, he afford a bag of rice, pay begin school fees, and take care of other household chores. Now, we get a situation wherein the minimum wage cannot afford you a bag of rice. And you say, people have come out the facts. Because in other countries, the people are the facts. Because poverty is man-made. So will I be wrong to say the poverty within Sierra Leone today is man-made? That the power government are responsible for with poverty, for with misery, for with deprivation, for the bad things that happen in this country, are they responsible? When Kaifala be talking, he said, forget such a situation, then now so. So if that is the case, then I can as well conclude, say, now that it's even worse, far worse than what it been be in 2016, we be referred to, then Paupa is worse, far worse than what the APC be there. And this is the plight where the Sierra are day. We don't see clearly, and that they use the words of Ben Kaifala for say, this is a breach of the social contract with the
Indeed.
people of Sierra Leone then sign with this SLPP power government. They promise the people a new direction, but what do the people get a misdirection? Where they lead the people into misery, into poverty, into deprivation. This is what we did today. And interestingly, and I want to make we watch other clips. At Tuesday, we'll get another clip which I then talk about how, in their opinion, they intend for fix the situation. But I will comment on that day until we get people that want to sleep the clip. But what I make people take away from this now that the APC government did well, the APC government was tolerant, the APC government didn't care about the welfare of the people, the APC government be ensured say every Sierra Leonean exercise a fundamental human rights without coercion, without any pressure. You can talk what you feel for talk. If government say you don't talk something important, then go send the spokespersons for go on radio, go on television, and explain the government side of the story. That is what civil discourse is all about. That is what any decent government would expect from her. And I'm glad we, in their own words, when you compare to what is happening now, they just confirm, say, the APC government, it do so well that given another opportunity, the people of Sierra Leone go vote in the APC. We don't say that they always vote APC because they will always choose APC. But of course, that they always steal the election from we. But I've been saying in the last interview, the 2023 election will be the last election where SLPP go thief from APC. It will never happen again under our watch. The people of Sierra Leone will demand their own right for elect the leader of their choice and the government of their choice. We will care for them, meet their needs, and satisfy their everyday wants. This is my message to people in today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. Me people on Adoyeri. Under APC, there was some amount of inflation, there was some amount of movement in the economy. But remember, say dan they came right after Ebola. Even we with the now them country they were in they call first world. We all know what happened. Some man they lost their job. Government get for the help them. Some man they no able to pay them bill. Now government get for help them. Where the government they help them, not for say they give them all the money. Now half no more them they pinch all man forgive. So everybody, all the country in the world experience that. But what's more important, now the fact say we all we they cry for inside salon. Now this democracy. We want for able for live free. We want for live, as we people then can say, live free, eat free, fat free. But right now, under this pauper government, will not get them. Under APC, when I hear Dr. Konteh say, people then being the government being tolerant, the government govern well, they mean allow people then for exercise their rights and their freedoms, then they encourage civil discourse. Yet under this particular government where we dey under so now, this pauper government, mistake. Pass here, you say they don't care you fumble go na tight place. And if you not blink to them, sometime na the last thing and then you go here, but you fumble again. Pass you see loss. A loss yen like sol na soup. But anyway, we tell God thank you. The other thing we want for let we remember from that clip we watch, Ben Kaifala himself talk and say, when the people they elect a government, then they elect a government because then they able for improvement. And if the government come, bring that improvement day, the people then get the right for reject the government. Una not forget that day. Una not forget that one day at all. When we they elect government, we they look for improvement, according to Ben Kaifala. And if the government come, give una that improvement, what una they look for? Una for reject the government. Na in talker. That's a meal. Na in talker una yam. Anyway, I want to we move on because he go on at some other point where he make another statement where he say, when they come in as government, then get the recipe, then get the formula for fix we country, for address all the difficulty where salon, where he identifies say salon been go through at the time. Even though we don't say during that 10 day, it been way better. When all go talker, say it be way better than what we see now. But anyway, come up with this year where he talks say, then get the formula for fix the government. And he get two formula. I go allow una make una listen to her with una own yes, make it not be saying I made the talk with he say. But una hear from in your mouth what he talk say na the formula. They will go come back and talk with what he says so.
There are two ways to change a society like this. Two ways. Sierra Leone, for example, if you want to change Sierra Leone now, it's either you take it slowly and do actions that will reform the minds of the citizens over a long period of time before the change can happen. But that is a slow, painful process, and most of us will have died and gone before it can happen. The other way we can do it is the cataclysmic way. You set rules, you set standards, you explain them to everybody, you hold everybody accountable directly, and you set in place brutal, very brutal disciplinary systems. Whereby, if somebody goes against the code, the typical saying that they say, kill dog before dog, let dog know say die. And you are ready to kill the dog, brutally. You will see a country like this will change in a very short time.
So many people that when I hear where this man talk say the way for change salon, well, he say two way day. He say the one way, now a slow way, where in belief say if we use that way day, some panel go don't die go before the change come. But waiting wrong with that. Waiting wrong with that. In every part in the world, anything with positive change come, some man then don't die go before he come. But the one they will left behind the benefit. On top of that, anytime we institute change, ask anybody within change management, it will tell you, say, when you institute change, in order to take anything less than 3 years for like you begin see the manifestation of that change day. Ask anybody within change management, it will tell you that one day. And then a basic fundamental knowledge in change management. In say the second way, now what you call the cataclysmic way. And it not stop there. He say that particular style they na go work for salon, but it go only work if they add brutal punishment. Then he come back, he can clarify. He say very brutal punishment for anybody will not follow anything we then say. Me family, it sound like what we go through under this pauper government. Not forget, say Ben Kaifala now been part of the Renaissance movement. On top of that, we chief minister now being also a leader now the Renaissance movement, and then two being the lead the Renaissance movement. It sound like what we they go through under pauper. Anyway, like give Dr. Konteh room for comment on this particular talk with Ben Kaifala talk so. Dr. Konteh, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Balda, again. Thank you very much again. You know, each time we listen to this video, each time we watch that clip here, my heart they bleed for the people of Sierra Leone. Because waiting at the deduce from this now that all what they do to the people of this country, they plan them, they mean them, and they do them deliberately. Because in their own view, that is the cataclysmic way of bringing about change. That is the radical inclusion where they talk about. You either agree or you agree. And they say, if somebody no toe the line with them, then they employ very brutal tactics against the person. And he use the analogy, say, kill dog before dog. So that dog would not say die day. You know, no wonder this dog talk, not a nice start. So no wonder we mama, the first lady of this country, the country mama right now, refer to all the ministers as dogs. What we talk about? Now the first lady. He say the bag dog there. Now in government, we not sabi their work. We are they responsible for giving man bad name. So, but I think say Ben Kaifala be target the wrong dogs. I think say under waiting they happen here. As sure say Ben Kaifala supposed for know now the dog they will supposed for kill. Or my people that don't say die there. Because at least the Fatima Bio don't tell me whether they're not dog there. So if things that this bad at this country, I say that for kill the dog there, when the dog they don't say die there, then we if it tell me whether they're for kill. But I don't believe say killing not the solution. It not they solve any problem. And we as APC will not believe in that. We not believe in that. We as APC, we believe say when problems are there, the country that for fix up.
Yes.
When the economy after Ebola, we see the inflation rate it go to 12.5%. We know say because of Ebola, the supply chain be affected. Commodities don't come as we be expect. The economy not be the boom. The revenues of the country being affected. We decide for adopt austerity measures so that we cut according to the size. We resort to a cash budget system where we spend only waiting we generate.
Mm-hmm.
We cut down on international travel completely.
Mm-hmm.
Even where the president need for travel for statutory meetings, they cut down the number of meetings significantly with the president they attend. Sometimes that the foreign minister where in your travels then cheaper than the representative, including even at the UN, where na Samura Kamara, where the finance foreign minister then named the president, just for cut down costs, for make sure say we live with table means, for make sure say we sustain the economy within the limits of what we can manage. That is responsible governance.
Mm-hmm.
That is what APC stands for. We been get the capacity for staff reserve up to the time where I left government as chief of staff. My salary be less than $1,000 a month. Up to the time when I left government as minister, as chief of staff, what do they call chief minister now? My salary was less than $1,000 a month. But we decide for manage and live a
Me famble there into now where say internet na salon is not always the best. Dr. Konteh don't do him best. He don't turn in generator on. He don't make sure say he will do with we at the show. But unfortunately, even service like internet access no reliable. So if he dey cut, do you are patient with we are, he go come back, he go come finish with the EBDC. But just in case una not been they follow from the beginning or if una just join we, immediately compare some of waiting Ben Kaifala say when he been discuss how for change salon. The solution where this man proffer na a solution where no give any respect to Sierra Leonean them. He no give any respect whatsoever to we people them for say then care about Sierra Leone, then care about we people, then care about anything where we they do. It looked like say we've been lost una
we
for
don't
a little bit here and
do
there.
that.
Go ahead, sir, Dr. Konteh. Go ahead, sir.
This government, they rather tell we say, if this year happen, if we get an economy where they in this kind of state, that for employ brutal. Maybe just maybe. Now this make for ordinary generator. Then go to McKinney and go kill people there. at least 6 people in a prison, where people and they in confinement, ordinary unrest inside the prison. Then go
I found it looked like say the connection as alone it rang as smooth right now. But we'll come back to Dr. Konteh definitely. Unayeri, where the video clip we play, where Ben Kaifala talk say, now two way day for change country. The one a slow and painful process, and some people then go die go before then go able for bring the change. The other one, now what he call cataclysmic change, where he say now for doam pauper, now for doam implement the change, and then in addition to the change, now for attach very brutal consequences and punishment for anybody we not go follow the change. He even go ahead and use a common salon idiom where he say, what he mean, now waiting and can talk na salon say, now for kill dog before dog, let dog know say die day. Ebo, who done the dog with the one kill? Una na the dog with the one kill. And if first lady be not talk say all the minister then a dog. Sometimes they be they refer to who knows. Sometimes be they predict the future. But Dr. Konteh don't talk say not to APC in way that one day. Killing is not APC's way. APC they encourage civil discourse. APC they encourage change. They encourage people then for exercise their rights. Not they stop anybody for speak in mind for make even when it can to condemning the actions of government, because that is the only thing that brings change. When people they're able for constructively criticize the government self they able for see outside the people and they feel pain. And if not government weigh a conscience, then go do them best for address that one day, so that the people in pain go be removed and ameliorated. At any rate, we want to tell Una thank you for Una time with we today. It's unfortunate we're not able to forget Dr. Konteh for finishing thoughts, but I think say Una able for understand Usa they go with this. They try for remind we say under APC, democracy was functional. Democracy was alive. Democracy was being practiced, and people felt the difference. Under APC governance, the economy had some amount of control. The economy being way better than it is now. People then be able to afford them basic necessities and even some luxuries. But unfortunately, the way things they now, not so it be. You paycheck not even able to buy you one bag less. So we want to tell Una thank you for Una time with we today with Dr. Konteh. As usual, the Unifier Hour always gets a 30-minute discussion point forum after the show for make we can analyze what we hear in the first hour. So we go come back now and introduce we panelists them. Today we get with we okay. I hope say everybody they hearing me. I want to introduce we panelists them where they come on for can discuss the last hour of the Unifier show. Today we get with we Mrs. Abby Pierre. We go can on and can introduce himself and tell Una a little bit about who that he be, and the kind work we they do outside ide. Mrs. Pierre.
Family Onadu, thank you for when I give una time again today. Na the Unifier Hour. Me, I did at the US, and I did into medicine right now. So yeah, glad for there and for discuss with una salo and better one.
Thank you, Mrs. Pierre. Mr. James Hallowell, now another of we panelists in today. Mr. Hallowell, can on and can tell we about yourself a little bit.
Fambule Munado, thank you, Mrs. Okay. Mina James Hallowell. I'm a social worker, but at the same time, a member of the UNIFIER and a public advocate. And we tell you thank you for we always pay attention to you and you time. Now, wise investments. That God bless you.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I want for just I don't know why make my camera not seem for the show, but I hope say una dey hear me voice clearly. I want for make we just take a couple of minutes and give una thoughts about the last hour where we go through. Una tell me wetin have been una impressions. I go start with you, Mrs. Pierre.
It's a very interesting, for video like that's where they come up. Then and they will not be into politics much, but for see how within the man be say and with how they behave now, it's really interesting. For me, when I think about it, now one of the things and the way poverty they do. Poverty in the country, they make people there, they lack integrity. They're not able for their word, not they able be their word. And also with the see say also waiting they go on now. And as something will be premeditated, where them be don't plan and how for deal with the country. And it should say really where them become with one goal. The goal now for suppress the people them, the goal now for encroach on the people their rights, the goal now for take waiting they want for take. Because at that it seems like seem like advocacy for me. That is not to advocacy because if not be advocacy for the year now, then for Tima before they fight for the people them, for defend the people their rights, then for not they're not for Sidom and Parliament say they bring up bills then where they encroach on the people their rights. They're not for them at that country they people they're not able to get lights. They're not for them at that country they people they're not able for even get there and to much for it. Salon not be ever day like that. For when we born, I think that the worst is so far when we don't see them.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. Mr. Hallowell, I want to hear your own analysis on what you were just hearing. So,
yes, to be true, Dr. Konteh, he do what we can call book comparative analysis. They compare the APC where the Renaissance movement continue for drag and contribute for drag down and the current SLPP government. They compare and contrast them, and we see make them very clear. They look at the economy, the exchange rate at the time compared to now. They also look at the cost of fuel, gas, the price where they pay then compared to now. And you also look at transportation. We even my learned colleague, we Namimi man for Fubi College. We had a very good relationship, and even up to the time we left. So, but what you see, elephants aid not to picking low. Yeah, we I think say the man no mean gets that kind of idea what it mean for run the government or for the inside government. But now maybe it don't get the fear shot of her. And it makes some brave utterances there. We myself don't see other videos the way on a national issue. Where I believe say a capable, just the kind of talk kill dog before dog yeah, let dog no say die day. Of course, modern day governance and the recognition of human rights not they permit landing. We then don't brutally go against. Dr. Konteh made mention of the killings in Makini. Not only Makini, but even at another time when we want protest. I don't know if I mean the August 18
where people they come out and do for protest, the hardship, where them brand and say they can cause problem with a lot of people. This now a completely sad situation. And not so only the economic hardship they affect the people of Sierra Leone, but even in civil liberties, then they don't take them from them. And also, it make a member electricity and even the security status. Trust me, there was a time where I go choir practice, and I can't do PZ for can buy bread after choir practice. And that's the president come out India. Then put and down na PZ and the school man. Then put and down na PZ, and then insist say if a worker take go Shaka Stevens Street, let the people then see. And I saw me they work out. I saw me they work out there. So in fact, I think that next day they say they end up for take something in hand as a president, but nobody knew about it. But now it's not possible. So I think say Dr. Konteh don't do so much work for cargo people and back then days and day. This were my latter years are greater than my current days, or my former days are greater than my current days. Now Dr. Konteh do so for we that analysis they make. So now slowly they wind down towards the convention and election road. Well, my time is so people learn for think twice. My time is so people learn for wait and see the reality. And I'm glad the ultimate sister say that. We'll not ever see this kind of situation as Sierra Leone. And you think we are hard. We grumble. I mean, did but for say we sleep angry, we'll not get money for buy with basic needs them now compared to now. So I think say voters them, the people them, I think this will take very, very serious. Francis Ben Kaifala don't say more that if our government's not able to live up to expectation, and I get right for question them, and I get right for bring them down. Yes, and I get right for vote them out, and I get right for show them the door. So now the time this.
You know, I know say Miss Hallowell, now you man, you're very kind the way you say. But my question is, waiting they stop her for let kill dog, outside dog there right now.
Well,
Now wait, post we get ask for the country. It no matter if like you party there. You know what I mean? They get great ideas them. The ideas them, they're great in comments, utterances the way make them great. But my question is, if you, based on the definition of the movements, where they be great, based on that definition, they were indefine, waiting and team up for. And if you say because SLPP they're not for take action. My own problem what I get, ideas is so great. The problem what I get is why is it quiet now? Because if not advocacy that, if that movement say be there for the people, then for still they pursue this, even though it don't get worse. But we are not hearing them. They are so quiet. Why? Because that means say the purpose where the movements be there for really not so there for. That means say they be get other motive for going at the country, for go into politics, for put themselves into position, thief money, and make the people then suffer. Why they kill dog, outside dog they now? Now the time for take that.
If you read Alpha Maduba in article where Mrs. Kaikai forward about the Renaissance movement, how they renegade, how they don't renege, then the duty for the sake of politics, that suspicion they
of course
they say more. And Alpha now we all mean that the youth movements na Sierra Leone. Now I know say he reside in Australia. Me and can talk once in a while, but don't take some time. So I'm surprised when I see that article. I'm not mean nobody Renaissance movement, but the light way it threw at her, and then you see say how they use advocacy for letting Canada the scene, and then later on they use them political ambition. They hide their political ambition and pressure the APC, and then later on, when the APC don't give way, now you don't see them. All the Renaissance movement not there again. Nobody. Now everything is fine.
About this whole thing. Now the folks say the two leaders of this Renaissance movement, the chief minister and the anti-corruption commission boss. Now they two in the organized protests. We did it today. This government they try to make it legal, and then when they sorry, I did echo. Then when they organize protests, and then when they demand for make people then stand up and resist within the democratic rights, within the expressions of freedom under democratic rule, for make the government understand that we're not happy. Ben Kaifala talk and say poverty is a man-made entity. Sorry. Is a property is a man-made entity. So if we don't see drastic uh, degradation in the economy from 2018 to now, that means we can hold this SLPP government responsible for the level of poverty. Remember,
Very
the content mentioned, say, during the EPC dispensation, possibly they earn minimum wage. They're able to buy a bag of rice, provide plus money, and meet the other basic obligations. Maybe not all, but we go able to meet most of them. Under this dispensation, you one also you're not able to buy one bag less. So we can hold this government accountable. According to Ben Kaifala, in one word, poverty is man-made. The government now will put in place for make sure say we get improvement, and if we don't get improvement, we have the right to hold them accountable.
So and that's for sure. But now that make if you see, because then be no say they don't use that as an advocacy, then we don't use that for getting to a position where they want, then don't use that movement they for later and fulfill their political ambition. So now then they put barriers for people them not for do the same what they do, for avoid people them for protests, for avoid people them for question them. Right now, honestly, when you even listen, it's not only the president, the ministers them themselves, when you interview them, certain questions the way then they ask, when I listen to them journalists them, you can see then they end up with a threat because they don't want for yeri, waiting and get for say. They always get this wall. They don't build a wall that people not for question. And if you say they're untouchable, then forget saying a country this where then they rule and our people put sending. And so they're accountable to the people, then. But they don't want to do that.
Yes, Dr. Konteh rightly said it. Dr. Konteh rightly said it. And the shocking part of it, Francis Ben Kaifala, now the ACC commissioner, enjoy the very freedoms where they deprive people them of today. It's completely shocking. Those days, you had an opportunity to say your mind. You had an opportunity to organize protests. The Black Monday, of course, I'm in a college at that time, and I know better when I can read better. But when people then jump out for go protest against their own governments and they open fire and kill them, it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. But again, they don't show the people and the tools what they're supposed to do. So let the people then be wise and then be prepared for make sure say then change the government where they want.
If you now remember 3 shows ago, where we analyze the new anti-terrorism law where they try for enactment of Parliament, where Dr. Konteh taking time for alert the leadership of the APC. Say, this law within the try for enact is troubling in certain areas. One of the area that we highlight was the definitions of who a terrorist is and what constitutes terrorism. In that bill, where this current government forward, that particular statement with Ben Kaifala make, as peaceful as it was, now get the devil induced. and not call for violent protest. He say, "Let all my way black," right? As peaceful as it was, would have been identified as terrorism, would have been subject to arrest, and would have been subject to an inordinate amount of years behind bars. I believe it was up to 30 years. So my question is, go ahead and say, when we implement change, we will back them up with very brutal measures of punishment. I wonder what Usa Isiron so delicate today. If they think back to when him been they lead this Renaissance movement along with the chief minister, if they mean they think say APC implement very brutal measures of punishment, who side them before they delicate today, how them before achieve their own political ambitions, where now is a complete betrayal of the very social contract where even they call say na he want for see honored by the APC government. They are on a comment on that day for me small. Mr. Hallowell.
Yes, I agree with you. We don't review the clips, and the language is very, very clear, simple, and very, very plain. And like how we don't see her. This man, I mean, a leader of the Renaissance movement, and he spearhead protests, he spearhead demonstration, he spearhead public discussions in which they may assess the performance of the past government, and it show who side problems them in there, how their government's not able to satisfy the needs of the people. And just like how we don't talk over and again, we repeat the idea of poverty is man-made. They make them very clear. Now it's their own time. But at that time, nobody no go after her. Dr. Konteh made mention of that. Nobody no bring her down, nobody no stop her. He enjoying full liberties, he enjoying freedom of speech, he enjoy everything we're supposed to enjoy as a Sierra Leonean. Then at the end of the day, then come into governance. And he occupy a key role. He's the anti-corruption commissioner for the country. And the youngest, for that matter, we don't ever ascend that city. But waiting on come out of the corruption don't go worst. The last corruption report we come out, we sleep at the index. Yeah, we sleep at the index. We sleep, I think, 3 or 4 pages down. And with all they follow on X, with all them publications, with all the issues already bring out, we sleep down. And then look at the state of affairs in the country.
I tell you.
Electricity don't go worse. They don't spend over $1 million in capacity, or more, what they say, more than that, more than almost 100 million, a billion, close to $1 billion. What would be the last estimate? Close to $1 billion from 2018 to now. Where before say, damn if I don't capable for provide sustainable electricity, maybe even for the capital. But nothing came out of it. All the resources and they don't go. And he is the anti-corruption commissioner. Why in all whole, like how Sister Mrs. Pierre talking this, why in all whole in government accountable with then contracts in there, and why they not become productive? So if you genuinely, you know me an advocate of the Renaissance or the Renaissance movement, then what happened? What happened?
A good thing we asked that question there. Sorry, Mrs. Piala, just interject now for 1 second. Because there's another clip where I watch of Ben Kaifala. He was being interviewed by, I believe, a lady from South Africa. We ask him that very question, they say, don't you think that this practice of sitting presidents being the one to appoint the anti-corruption panel
First.
is a problem. His answer, he dodged the question, number one. Number two, he make a very telling statement. He say, not forget say, including me wey sit down now, I'm an appointee of my president. He say, if I go after him, not forget say, the president get the power for unleash at me everything where they keep me under control in terms of economic austerity. It can take away the paycheck. It can remove me in the position, and it can unleash a whole government at me. Meaning, they can come up and even concoct charges against me, and um, it's called laying a dead cat on the table. I forget the actual name of it, but when something they go wrong, and you want to distract, you place the dead cat on the table, and everybody starts asking about this dead cat as opposed to asking about what's going on. Why is there a dead cat on the table? Because it's so out of place, it's so unusual. That he essentially said that you can just dead cat the situation, and that if you're appointed by your president, you get to always keep that in the back of your mind. So basically, right there, you don't admit, say, I cannot fully execute my role and my function because I'm always going to have that at the back of my mind. Yeah.
So this, if you listen, when I started, I said poverty.
Yes.
When people are poor, they lose their integrity. They forget about ethical principles. And that's exactly the statement we make. Because if na man we stable, na man we get in your wheat, it no matter. If them pull paycheck, he will survive. But now you got to think, okay, if me can go after the president, I not get side for get money, I not get side sustainability. So poverty of mind, poverty of a nation can lead to poverty of mind. But to go back to it, I want to say, when the idea for say, he used a whole movement as a means of advocacy for push in your political agenda is corrupt in itself.
Indeed.
It's corrupt in itself. The idea for there's mistrust there. When I think about it, there's no way this man will say anything where I will believe. If you don't use people their vulnerability, people their sadness, issues that when they go through, where you go don't listen, so he use them as a means for advocates, for push in your political agenda. That in itself is corrupt. So really, instead self not deserve the seating where it is. But like I said, it all comes back to poverty. When people are poor, they go into politics. Better not accommodate. Better not accommodate me people, me brother and sister. Because all you think about is how you're going to survive. And that's why he dodged that question. That's why he said, think about it. The president will come after me, go take me paycheck. If you're not possible, like for example, you know, people the way they go, when a businessman, they go into politics, they don't care because they have their own money. They can take care of themselves. They can speak the truth how they want it, when they want it, and where it's needed. But he cannot do that.
No, he can't.
Because he gets a family for feed. A family, matter of fact, where go they pressure him. Say that job, the whole are final. You know, now they want this survive.
Integrity.
That's what it is.
His integrity has a price tag, and its price tag is his paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah, that's essentially what he admitted openly. Well, the other thing we really strike me in some of the recording that we watch, now the complete lack of respect for people and dignity and people them capabilities. We know say no matter man no day where they able for change like that. Change is something that happens with the process of time. You cannot have instant change. Not only inanimate matter, you can take and change and instantly see the result. Like, for instance, if you take bench, we get backrest, you cut the backrest, then you paint the color from brown to red, you see the instant change. But Motorman, they change instantly. And for make it talk say, the only way they work in a salon now for institute wetin in define as cataclysmic change and back them up with very harsh punishment. That means to say he get zero respect for people of Sierra Leone, and he feels say he can treat them like any animal. Animal self, we they try for trainer, it dey take time. Before I say mortar man, we get his own thinking, we get his own mindset, we get his own set of principles we adhere to. Dear, when I love more than this small, Mrs. P, I go give the floor first.
So, I'm gonna be probably mean here. I want to say now ignorant talk that.
Absolutely.
Because possible educator, say there are stages to change. I don't care which what's in the word, which kind of degree where you get. You for no say when you want to do implementation or when you want for change anything, there are stages. You for no say you have to meet people who are going to resist to that. You for no say you will meet people who will embrace it. You for no say you will meet people who said, I'm thinking about it. And you for no say you meet people with time. Those people that say, I'm thinking about it will jump into it. Those who are resist, we're going to be resistant until maybe with time you become transparent. They see some changes, then they all go join. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if I know that for say it's because for letting say if I apply whatever that principle is, it's just inhumane. Mm-hmm. We don't pass that stage day. Those are the days. Then kind of technically with them they use that mental health Christmas the way they beat say even now civilized countries Christmas women they're not allowed them for treats in that way because they are not allowed because we all get dignity then where we for protect. You might not like certain people, but for take away their dignity and their respect. For let it say that means say you not get respect for the people of the country. That means say you not get hearts for the people. Mm-hmm. That means say all that talk we're talking about that video. Like I say again, I'm going back to that. Now for let them push their political agenda.
Thank you, Mrs. Beer. Unlike Dr. Konteh, where constantly they think about, the people and their welfare and how anything go affect them and for ensure say anything within they do undemocratically. But like Mr. Hallowell, a couple of minutes for talk about that and then we'll go wrap up.
Yes, Mrs. Kakai. That strong man philosophy or strong leader philosophy is not fashionable anymore into modern day governance. We don't see countries the way they try for doing things in the and they end up. Duterte, then at the Hague, we kill a lot of people in behind drugs. Mr. Putin, look how the world don't lock her. Mm-hmm. Except for the irreasonable president who the United States gets, where they try for get a British space bar. So Kaifala not me able to understand at that time the meaning of his statement. Not me understand the weight we attached to his statement. Unfortunately, then do some part of harm. Then come, then harass and intimidate former government officials. Mm-hmm. Accuse them. I get a friend, a very good friend where we grew up na McKinney, go St. Francis together. They don't manage it, don't rise up na the police. In fact, nobody know me about say that boy go to that level. They don't manage it, don't be in house. They can't take in house in hand. Then they end up for knock that guy end up for loss in that. They take in house, Caesar. Yes, they say build the house out of corruption. Waiting at the proof. They're not able to show her. That thing end up for kill that guy. Young, like me age group. Women. So I not no more. A lot of people in some man they run away. Some man then lost all waiting and get. that they try to tell you, say, they mean and do some of the philosophy then,
Yes.
we the propound there, right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then come people and demonstrate for generator, they kill them. People and
Mhm.
demonstrate for them basic right because of they not get food, economic hardship, they shoot at them.
Yeah.
Empower all them brutal tactics and they will they employ. They're still not able to forget the people of Sierra
There's
Leone.
no change.
Why?
It's getting worse.
It's worse. No wonder we president.
Studies.
No wonder the president talk recently say inaugurable. The
Can I
mandatory
make the first lady
inaugurable.
self-talk?
Me I tire yourself. Anyway,
I'll
let's
tell
get
you.
it.
It's
But
crazy.
we tell God thank you for somebody like Dr. Konteh. We get the boldness, the wherewithal, the skills, the intelligence, the educational background, and the experience in governance, not just locally, but also internationally, for able for car in, for take on the leadership of the APC, for move we forward, for establish we, for strengthen we, and for make we that party we able go against we rival them and win. Win with a landslide victory. Do ya? In Allah, not make that same mistake again. Dr.
Mm.
Konteh is the man, the only man who has the capability, not to only just mortal man capability, but this man is blessed of God. So do ya? And Allah wake up. Let we know they try for crying down like they two idiots there have been mentioned at the beginning of the show, where they go and lie about waiting happen, where you go pray in a mosque. Do ya? Una let we hail we leader there and let we all the one that we're able for bring APC back into governance through a win at the polls. Let we hold them tight so that then go do the work where we need this party for do for the country, and then we all go get Alafia. With that, I want to say thank you, Mrs. Pierre. Thank you, Mr. Hallowell, for our time on the panel today. And I want to say thank you to all we viewers, all we listeners. And I thank you all and I spend on our time with we. We appreciate you now. By God power, we will see you now again next week. And throughout the week, I wish you now well. I wish say God go bring you now all on our good dreams and make them come true. Thank you from the UNIFIER. My name is Navalda Kaikai. Namina the hostess.